Hopes everybody is doing well. In this video update is a Sunday update for Bitcoin, and this will definitely marked up, and then we will come to the last 10 days of December. And if you guys remember, at the start of December we had this big wick to the downside, and a lot of guys were liquidated. And later on, this week was not. This week was obviously a wiped up of some of alt positions, very high leverage, but it took a lot of big positions, long or short, on what you say, on BTC. So it wiped up liquidity of all BTC right here. Although in November, you guys can exactly see this, in November every single thing was spiking up and everything was bullish, no liquidation and stuff like this. But guys, as long as in October and November is always like October and November, it's straight up from December to January, and then February we will see a lot of this sort of stuff, because a lot of new positions will be coming out, a lot of greed will be there. So guys, make sure to just stay with me in this period of time, so you guys will be definitely saved out of this. Because in my premium Discord, if in my free Discord as well, first of all, if you guys are not in my Discord, guys, make sure to join my Discord right here. You guys can exactly say this. When we were down on XAI, I called out the spot scalp trade position where the SL was exactly 32%. Now you guys can exactly see we entered here, the TP is full hit, and then we dipped down as just we hit TP, and it's up of almost like 2x. So guys, those who are following me from my Discord, when we were right here, I told them, and there was altcoin, what you say, there is an altcoin indicator. When you see there is a Bitcoin here and there is an altcoin here, and that indicator was showing this thing when we were right here, and I told my members that this is not opportunity. Every single person was thinking, oh, the alt season will be great, this and that, because we are here. I told them this is not opportunity to buy. So from here, when we dipped down on BTC back to fill out this wick, first of all, when we were pumping to the upside, a lot of guys were thinking that anybody who's thinking that this week will be filled is a disbeliever of Bitcoin and stuff like this. And when we dipped down like this, that was the biggest slap on every single person face. So this dip down back to this zone, and I told them this is a buy position, and then we come back into this area again. So that was an indicator, and that was the last liquidation. But what is happening now, guys? You guys can exactly see this as we have dipped down, mid off, again a dip back to this liquidity zone. I told you guys in my last update that we are very near to new all-time high. So in my last update, I told you guys there is a big supply, early supply, from where we got a rejection, we came up, again a rejection. So we are forming this sort of a cup of handle pattern if you focus. So you guys can exactly see this, there is an inverse head and shoulder pattern right here. So once we start to flip above this hourly supply, we will go for this, and then later on whatever happens, that is not in our hand, but we will play it. Either if we take the liquidity, come back to this zone, this would be our short setup, right? Or once we start to flip above this level, retest, and then I guess there is not a big range for BTC, because the liquidity will follow up right here. As we hit all-time high, there will be definitely a selling pressure on BTC from that. But until then, we are within this small inverse head and shoulder pattern, which is one of my favorite pattern, and this is forming like this, and I guess it will end up the same way. And I told you guys in my last update that there is definitely liquidity into this highs, and once we take this highs, there is a big liquidity back at 94.3k. So we will go from here and then to grab this liquidity maybe, and then later on we pump to the upside, or either we just straight going up and then later on just we come back to the zone. So maybe anything there is a possibility, but I guess what I personally say is now you just have to predict market on BTC, right? You just have to predict market on BTC, not trade BTC right now, because there is not a big range left. Maybe if there is a breakout or whatever, what's your range? Okay, you long like this, it broke out, then it went up. You just caught this move, and then after hitting all-time high, big sell-off. Again back to entry or stop loss.